Here is a performance shot from I Am the Fire by Hailstorm. Performance shots usually show the band or musician performing on a stage to an audience. Sometimes it is also done in a studio without an audience. This is still a performance shot. A concept shot or music video is something that is based around one or a few specific ideas that don't usually hold a narrative. An example showing now is Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun. Here is Guns N' Roses' Don't Cry. This is a narrative shot from the music video, which is something that tells a story throughout the music video, often linked to the lyrics, but not always. For music films, there's a version called biopics that normally over-exaggerates the truth behind the story and almost fantasizes the band or musicians. In most cases, this has actors playing the role of the real people. An example showing now is Motley Crue's The Dirt and Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Documentaries, however, are usually based off of the truth and normally show the real band and musicians in their day-to-day life or talking about something that had previously happened. In this case, the scenes in the past could be portrayed by an actor. These documentaries can either be done in the present time about what is happening in their life, like Foo Fighters' Sonic Highways playing now, or it can be reciting over their band or musician's life near the start and how they came to be and what their life was like. An example of this one is Kurt Cobain's montage of Heck. There are also some outcasts such as Spinal Tap that is classed as a mockumentary that depicts fictional events in a documentary style as if it was true. Soundies, 3-minute-long musical films, came about in the 1940s, which were classed as the start of musical films, which was the start of the development to music videos. In 1956, Tony Bennett claims he created the first ever music video called Stranger in Paradise when he was filmed walking in Hyde Park. In the 60s, promotional and short films for songs began to be produced, and in '64, the Beatles produced one of the first mockumentaries called A Hard Day's Night, which helped start bigger productions of music documentaries and films. They continued to make more documentaries through the time. Concert films were being released from the mid-1960s, and music television began in the mid-70s and led to the rise of MTV. The song Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles was the first video aired on MTV in 1981 and is widely classed as the first ever proper music video due to it being the first one aired. However, in 1975, Queen employed someone to make a promotional video for their new single Bohemian Rhapsody to show on Top of the Pops. As of this, it is widely credited as the first single to use video to help towards the marketing of the song, and is believed to be the origination of the music video around 7 years prior to when MTV first went on air. Cinematography in music videos back in the 80s tried to capture a stronger and more interesting narrative, almost turning it into a short film. One of the biggest examples of this being Michael Jackson's 13-minute-long Thriller video. Nowadays, even videos with narratives tend to be more loosely related to the song and hold slightly less creativity than that of the 80s and early 90s. I believe this is due to the importance of music videos back in the 80s because of the lack of technology and different ways to listen to music compared to today. Technology is quite possibly the thing that has changed cinematography in the music industry the most in both production and post-production. One main change is with the filming shot type aerial shot. Before more advanced technology, aerial shots had to be done using a camera that was mounted to an aircraft. The camera was so heavy it weighed more than the aircraft itself, often resulting in the audience being able to see the edges of props and sets, which creates an unrealistic viewing of the audience. Now, aerial shots are done using drones that have set algorithms to get the perfect angle, shot size, and screen position. Film cameras that conducted multiple shots were very costly due to the amount of film that had to be used, whereas now you can have multiple digital cameras on the shoot, getting as many different angles as possible. Multiple takes is now not an issue. Film cameras need to be reloaded frequently, which is very time consuming and could often result in damage to the film as it is very delicate, which could then ruin an entire scene. As well as this, actors and musicians and bands were not able to get decent feedback on how their performance looked as there was no way of playing back film for them to watch over. With digital cameras, all actors, bands, members and musicians can gather around the camera screen and look back at how their performance was to know how they can improve. DSLRs also allow for a high-definition picture display, which makes for an even more realistic viewing. Initially, editing of all film was done by physically cutting and pasting the film and putting the film into a machine with a viewer. This could easily result in damage to the film, which could mean certain scenes may even need to be shot again. Now there is advanced editing software such as Adobe, which makes it possible to do more advanced effects and editing, as well as cutting the video even more seamlessly and correct. If a mistake is made, it can just be undone. Online things like the cloud now allow for people in different parts of the world to work together on the same editing project, making group collaborations much easier. One of my favourite directors both in the music industry and film is Francis Lawrence. Shooting both music videos and films allows him to add different techniques from both mediums to improve his work even more. One music video he shot was I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. Another is Warning by Green Day. He won a Grammy for his work in the music video for Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, which helped improve his career. As well as his many music videos, he also directed the film I Am Legend and the second, third and fourth film of the Hunger Games franchise. One music video cinematographer is Samuel Bayer. Some of the biggest music videos he has shot are Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, Ozzy Osbourne's Mama I'm Coming Home, Wasting Love by Iron Maiden, Zombie by the Cranberries, Metallica's Until It Sleeps, Marilyn Manson's Disposable Teens, Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, and many Green Day songs including American Idiot and Holiday, as well as their live full concert DVD Bullet in a Bible. Bayer is very hands-on with his work and chooses to light, photograph and operate the camera on all of his work. He always aimed to create a unique fix for the video and keeps it gritty and raw while still linking to the lyrics. He never wanted it to be about the celebrity or fashion. Soon, all types of rock in the rock genre became the main soundtrack for the work he created. Different and unique camera angles are a big part of the music videos. Unlike in film and television, music videos can also be as creative as you wish and have little boundaries to how it is shot. They don't have to look super realistic and have subtle movements unless this is the look you are going for, and can have camera angles changing quickly and fast-paced to a quicker song, or slowly and more in time and with the feel of the music. In some music videos, the shots can almost look scruffy as they are super fast-paced and to be with the feel of the music and almost represent the excitement at a live gig from the fans jumping around and moshing. One main technique in both music videos and the performance scenes in biopics and documentaries is lip syncing. This is something that the band members and musicians need to know how to do well for music videos, as well as actors in music films. There is usually a separate audio file to be placed over the top of footage, so the lip syncing needs to be done well to allow for the editor to be able to line it up perfectly with the lyrics of the songs. This also goes for playing the instruments perfectly in time so it lines up correctly in post-production too. Another technique that is super important to cinematography in music videos is lighting. If the lighting is dark and grungy, then the mood for the whole video changes significantly to one that is lit brightly or with multiple different colours. Here is the fast-paced shots and angles technique where I tried to get the feel of the energy in the crowd. This one is turned into a video edit for the band's live performance, which can be used as a performance music video. The song being played in the video is an original called Worst Nightmare by the band performing Leica. The colourful lighting helps with the heavy vibe of the song, but the fact that it is quite dark links to the darker side of the lyrics. These next shots are unedited and can and will be used for the lip syncing part of a performance music video or shot. These shots are much slower with a slight cinematic and more professional style, as I used slower movements as I wasn't going for an over-the-top hectic vibe. This is a style for shots where they aren't performing to a crowd and are just performing in a location for a music video or a rehearsal in a biopic or documentary. What cinematography techniques do you feel work the best in music videos?
So in terms of music videos, the examples I've been looking at since you sent me the questions were anything that uses kind of tracking shots or shallow depth of field to kind of prove a narrative point. Some of the examples I was looking at was the example from The Verve, so Bittersweet Symphony from 1997, so the one where he's walking down the street and everybody's kind of bumping into him, and that kind of narrative thing where it's just one person looking straight down the barrel of the lens. Other kind of narrative cinematography examples, Smack My Bitch Up by The Prodigy. Yeah, the whole point of view one, where then it's the big reveal that it's a female at the end. That kind of where you're going on a journey with somebody rather than just watching like a staged performance. And then the other one I was looking at was If I Were a Boy, the Beyonce one, where it's that kind of gender role reversal, where she goes off and basically is kind of getting very close to another man, and it's kind of revealed that they did the switch at the end.
Do you prefer music biopics or documentaries?
Biopics. That's probably to do with kind of like teaching film and things. Anything that's got like a bit of a narrative or an element of fantasy to it, where you can kind of exaggerate the truth a little bit.
What pros and cons do you think there are for both of them?
I mean, I suppose the pros of so a documentary, the pros is you're going on that journey with the band, and everything you see is relatively true to life, apart from when it goes into post-production. Whereas with a biopic, you can exaggerate the truth a little bit, you can jazz it up a little bit more. So things like Rocket Man, it's a bit of a spectacle. It kind of draws in a different type of audience. But then again, the con with that is that it's not true to life. It's not actually what happened, potentially.
Do you have a favourite music video, and if so, what do you like best about it?
Right, so this pains me to say it because it's Chris Martin and Coldplay. But the music video for The Scientist in 2002, the whole technique of it being played in reverse and the fact that he had to learn to mouth the song backwards so that when it was played in reverse it looked like he was singing forwards. That whole kind of technique that follows him through, I mean, it's pretty awesome to watch. It's a real kind of spectacle, and it's when you asked me the question, the first music video that popped into my head was that, and I was like, oh damn it, Coldplay. So yeah, I mean, it was a technique that was first seen in 1989, and then Spike Jonze kind of brought it back in 1995, but that is the example for me that I'll always kind of remember.
Overall, angles and shot types in music videos and performances in biopics and documentaries are extremely important to help set the genre and feel of the music and the video, and to help show the type of energy in the video. The lighting entwined with this initiates even more of a specific mood and helps to get that across to the audience watching, which can help them relate and understand to what is going on even more strongly than if the shot angles, movements and lighting didn't particularly relate to the music. Without these skills, music videos, biopics and documentaries would all be too similar and not have their own feel to them to help reciprocate the feel of the band and musicians.